I hope they talk.
No, they're not talking. But hi,
Yeah.
Van. Hi, Bob.
Abu
Hake.
Bakr. Abu
Oh,
Bakr is there.
hi. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah, inshallah.
How's everybody doing?
I'm
Doing
doing
pretty
fine.
good.
I'm always blessed. I'm always blessed with Allah. So I'm still here on this earth. I don't know. Sometimes you take it as a good thing and a bad thing, depending on the day. Where are you located at, brother?
England.
Oh man.
Yeah, Abu Bakr is not the real name.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that your?
that's not his real name.
It's kind of like Grizzly Steve is obviously
Oh
not
yeah.
your real name as well.
Okay. Islam. It's all right. I'm grizzly because you can see my face. I look like a grizzly.
We look the same.
Yeah, and one of the things I told my wife, if I believed in reincarnation, I hope to come back either as a grizzly bear or orca. Nobody mess with them; they leave them alone. You know. So what's England like, brother? Is it cold there? I'm sorry, Andy. Let me let you talk. Take over.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You can talk. We're just talking about Rike, and this is just a pre-show before tomorrow, because tomorrow that's what I want to do. Another show, and I had to schedule everything going on. This typhoon, the YouTube down. Oh man, it really sucks, man. I even had notes. I had notes prepared. Like,
but you gotta understand, we're having a storm in the United States right now, in some of the California and the West Coast, even in Seattle, up in the Pacific Northwest area, we got windstorms ranging from 40 to 60 miles an hour. So it could be something like that. A power went out wherever they hosting their servers and all that at, for them to do what they're doing, so we just ride the wave, we're blessed to do this. But I still believe, but between me and you, Andy, I wouldn't even waste my time on Rico. Everyone knows what he is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to do a live stream for the cops, and whoever is NBI, police, cyber, to see what he's selling,
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything until somebody file a complaint against them.
Oh, there has been. Trust me, there's been.
Where the female.
I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry.
where the female, because that's when they go move or investigate. Because right now they'll think that you're a hater or something like that. I keep it real. But they're not gonna move unless one of the females says, "Hey, this is what he promised me and what he took me through. I'm a child. He been with me. He slept with me when I was 15 or 14.
Oh, damn.
Then they get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he'll try to settle. Just like Sess and all the other gang, from what I read, tried to do. But
what did Sess do?
Well, Sess hung out with, what's that dude's name, honey? Bebops. When he was out there chasing and videoing them little 14-year-old girls and 15.
Was Sess aware of it?
He was part of it. You remember he used to stroll down to Angeles City, just him and his wife.
Yeah.
That's why she left him. She probably knew what was coming. You can only get away with some of that pedophile so long before it hits you in your butt. And I'm strongly against rapists, pedophiles, and women beaters. So, you got to beat a woman, you must be a woman yourself.
So did they have like a warrant out for Sess or anything like that?
He disappeared.
Bebo, didn't they?
Yeah, they got the other guy, but Seth disappeared.
So is there like a warrant out for Sess?
From my understanding, from some brothers I know who are kind of high up in the Metro Police over there. They said they are looking for him, you know. And I know Phil from Philip, wherever you want to call him, I'm sure he knows where he's at because they were drinking buddies. So you can see I've been around watching all these videos because I'm trying to learn what's going on in the Philippines because we're moving back to, my wife wants to relocate to her area in Illa. And I'm trying not to live among her family because then I end up being a cash register instead of a family, you know. And I'm old school. I believe in, instead of giving you food to eat, let me show you how to grow your.
Grizzly, we actually might have a show right now. Okay, if anybody is listening right now, we are having a show. Okay, guys. If Alo wants to come into the panel, he knows the link. You guys, David Morales, come over here, brother. Inviting people. Hey, what's up?
I didn't do it.
And David, we're gonna talk um, about the freaky stuff. What is it? Egggate, um, Bachelor Course. So we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep it live. We're gonna keep it on. We're gonna keep the show on, guys. Bong, Six, Daniel T, Phil, Jedi. We're gonna keep it on. Scott, Cebu Bossman, Frank, everybody. All right. So we're gonna start with. Oh man. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me load up the Bachelor Course, and you guys can give me your opinion by play on this thing. You know, just in case. And don't get, you know, if you guys have any kids around, you know, don't, um, you know, put the earmuffs on them or something. You know, put some earmuffs on the kids. Tell them to get out of the house for now because it's a really weird shit going on lately. So let's, okay, let's listen to this now. El Gran can join. Yeah, there we go. Um, all right, so this is how it's going to start. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you guys hear it? A little bit?
Yeah, no, I can't hear it. Yeah, I can't.
Okay,
hear it.
I'll raise the volume a little bit more. All right, let me see. Do it again.
Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because part of that conservatism and prudish sort of outlook on sex is that they're, number one, again, it's kind of, you can use the axiom. The smaller the town they came from, the higher the likelihood that they're a good woman.
Okay, so you know, it's saying something that is true, and it starts very honest, right? It's very nice. It came, you know, the smaller the axiom and all this. So we're gonna see how it goes.
And that's especially true in like Cebu or Manila. Pretty easy to get laid there. Now, getting back to what I will call good girls. Now, they have been raised with certain, I don't know, their mothers have basically taught them that in order to be a good they got to keep their man happy. They got to submit to him and let him lead in the relationship and lead the family.
Yeah, of course. So those are very good principles. He's talking like it's okay, like it's nice. We actually got a Fat Slav blog in the building. The barbecue beer freedom guy. The meme guy on the thing on the panel, and hope more guys. Okay, so it starts nice, right? Like it's okay, like obligations, hiding behind the culture. Let's keep going. Wow.
And the way that it affects sex life is that with the good girls, here's the interesting thing. Once they have a commitment from you for a relationship, which is what they prefer, they don't like bouncing in and out from guy to guy, because again, it's all part of the communal dynamic. The only thing she's got is her reputation. So the last thing she wants is to be known as a girl in he did it.
Okay, so there's some guys who can't hear it, right? Hello?
I can hear it.
I can hear it now.
Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, let me do this again. How do I do this? I guess the webcam is here. Let me see if I can mute this out. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Check.
Okay, cool. All right, let me put the volume up. I think this is it. I'm going to use this one from now on. So put the volume up and let's go.
Affects the sex life is that with the good girls, here's the interesting thing. Once they have a commitment from you for a relationship, which is what they prefer, they don't like bouncing in and out from guy to guy, because again, it's all part of the communal dynamic. The only thing she's got is her reputation. So the last thing she wants is to be known as a girl in the village or the blonde guy who dates a different foreigner every couple of weeks. That will ruin her reputation. So she wants, before she'll sleep with you, she wants some sense of commitment that you're in a relationship. A mutual exclusive relationship, is what she prefers. You're not sleeping with anybody else. She won't sleep with anybody else. That's what she wants. So once you reach that point, and then you're in the bedroom and all that, here's what you can expect: is they are not going to initiate much of anything. The good thing is they're very compliant, demure, cooperative. They take suggestion well. And you can pretty much lead them where you want sexually.
So in this one, this is where it's getting more out of hand. Like he's talking about like how the axiom of the girls and everything, how like he does say some good points in the first few minutes. Afterwards, it just goes to fucking haywire. It goes to shit. When he starts talking about how they're compliant, how they're very docile and all this crap. All right. Oh, William is here. Here we go. Here's William Aloe de Winter, and Fat Slob Blog is on the stream. How you guys doing?
Good man. Thanks.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna continue with the video.
I mean, there's a few things, like for instance, like when it comes to anal, a lot of them they're kind of hesitant about it.
Yeah. So with anal, they're very hesitant. Of course, I mean, not every girl out there is out there to get fucked in the ass.
I mean, there's a few things, like for instance, like when it comes to anal, a lot of them they're kind of hesitant about it. But believe it or not, if you approach it gently and just kind of like drop it the first or second time, and then just kind of work them up into it, again, they'll do it not because they're interested in it. They'll do it not because they learn to enjoy it. They'll do it because it's part of making you happy.
Yeah, so basically part of making you happy. That's his anal course. That's what he loves to teach. He's always talking about gay, gay, gay. This is gay. But this guy, he has more booty than freaking all these fucking gay YouTubers out there. Like, it's so funny.
Wow, how does he get away with talking, doing these shows like that, promoting that, especially in a country that believes in Christianity?
Yeah. So right, he supposedly.
Wow, that's deep. I never watch his shows. I'm being honest. I don't need nobody to teach me about being in a relationship when you can't even be in one yourself. Hello?
Slowly get into anal
he's in
sex.
it for 1 year, man. He's in, this slime ball is in relationships for 1 year. That's what he teaches. He teaches everyone to be in a relationship for 1 year. Dump them, go back to the States, hang out with mommy in Hesperia, come back in January and start all over again with a new teenage victim. That's what he does 24/7.
Definitely. And I hope there's PNP, there's some MBI, there's some immigration people, some police officers, anybody or somebody with the power to complain, because this man is definitely a nuisance. And he is a sociopath. Like, you cannot normally just teach this out in the open and promote it on every video of your bachelor course. That is insane.
That's
and it's this is
well, Andy, you can always send that link to the Department of Justice, and they will research it.
Oh yeah.
You can send that link to them, and they will do their own investigation without a person complaining. They have a website there too for you to report situations that if you don't want to be known, for the Filipinos and all
And
that.
this is
So that's a route. That's a route you can go.
Yeah,
brother.
and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. We're just starting. It's about to get weirder.
Well, brother, I know, but I'm gonna have to
All right.
go because I have my kids.
Oh yeah, you gotta hide your kids, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, brothers, much love. I hope to see y'all again on the other end of the Youth Live, and I'll pick a better location than where I'm at with the family.
Definitely, for sure. All right, I'll see you.
All right, peace, brother.
See ya. All right, let's continue now.
Okay, and that's what it really boils down to. I've heard it directly from them. They're like, well, I don't really enjoy it, but I know you enjoy it, so okay, we'll do it. I mean, literally, that's what I've had Filipinos. And that's what it really boils down to. I've heard. They're like, well, I don't really enjoy it, but I know. In everything, whether you're, and again, everybody's got their own different fetishes and whatever. But if you're into, you just want her to wear some nice lingerie, you want her to wear some nice stockings, you want her to wear, whatever, you want to, again, you want to employ different toys or vibrators or different things, you're going to have to slowly encourage and bring that into the mix.
Yep, slowly encouraging them.
She is never going to initiate that. She's never going to ask for it. So she's basically, you can think of her like,
what kind of girl is going to come up to you and say, hey, let's start out with the anal sex and the beads. Let's go out with the dildos and let's start this out. Yeah, okay, let's replay that again, the whole thing.
She is never going to initiate that. She's never going to ask for it. So she's basically, you can think of her like a blank slate.
Blank slate.
Even if she's been with other guys before, even if she's done a lot of these things with other expats, she is not going to bring any of that to the table. She's going to wait and see what you want.
Yeah, so basically he's putting out the submissiveness and selling it.
Because again, her reputation is everything. She doesn't want to let on to the fact that she already has done anal or bondage or whatever it is.
Yep.
So if you're just gentle and move forward with her slowly, introduce these ideas as things that you enjoy, and you want to broaden her horizons on sex and all that. That's the majority of good Filipinas you're going to run into.
So that's his version of a good Filipina girl. A girl that is out there willing and complying for the anal sex. You know, for whatever fetishes he wants, put in schoolgirl uniforms and all this stuff. Momo, where did I find this stuff? It's been leaked. There's a lot of disgruntled customers speaking up, Momo. All right, let's continue on. It's going to get weirder.
Now, here's the thing. With some of them, the prudish Catholic outlook that they have on sex can be to the point with some girls where there is no warming them up to anything. I mean, they will not agree to lingerie. They won't agree to anal. There's certain things they just won't agree to.
Yeah, because they're, according to him, these girls are prudish. You know, he goes into a Catholic country. Oh my God, how dare these girls, not get into this fucking, these school little outfits.
So, if you really encounter repeated resistance.
Yeah, encounter repeated resistance. How many times do you have to, do they have to say no in order to get submitted into it? He gives out a whole manipulation process. We're just starting. This is like a whole, these are 2 videos going on.
If you really encounter repeated resistance to where she's almost kind of getting upset that you're asking so much, you may have hit her barrier, her limit. Some women do just have a limit.
No shit, they got a limit. Not every girl wants to get bum fucked. Oh man, of course. How many times you hit her barrier? What the fuck? I don't know. When I'm dating, I never heard of such thing as going to get a barrier. It really does sound rapey. It's like rape. Like, how many times you got to encounter this resistance? How many times does she have to say no? Because there's women, Filipino women, they're very, they're very quiet. So if this guy's out there, initiating all this crap, it's rape, because a lot of these girls are not going to talk. These girls are going to be quiet. A lot of girls, like he says, their reputation. Of course, a lot of girls are not going to go to the police because of their reputation.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a map and he pulls it out and he starts circling all the little places where the poorest girls that will do anything for an opportunity to advance with a Western guy, and he finds the girls that need the help the most, and that's who he puts through his porn course. I mean, seriously?
Oh, yeah, and then he teaches that. Oh, you're going to find them down in the Mercado. Let's continue.
And to us, it's a very short limitation. I mean, there's some women that just will not go past those limitations. And what you have to do is, I believe you should respect that, and then decide, is this something you can do without, or is this something that, now you're thinking, well, gee, that blows the whole thing for me. I'm going to find a different girl. If you just absolutely got to have X, Y, or Z, and this girl won't do it for you, well, maybe you do have to find another girl. So there's that. There's that type of woman. Again, the good, conservative, I'll use the word submissive woman.
Yeah, so everything into the submissive woman type. That is his little good girl deal. It's getting sick, but we're going to keep going.
Who is again, she's going to want to please you, but you're going to have to leave. She's going to wait. In fact, even having sex, she's going to wait until you grab her by the hand and say, hey, let's go lay down for a little while. Until you grab her by the hand and say, hey, let's go lay down for a little while. Having sex. She's going to wait until you grab her by the hand and say, hey, let's go lay down for a little while. She's going to wait in bed until you, turn her shoulder and kiss her and get the foreplay going. Do not wait for her to initiate sex. Do not wait for her to initiate sex. Do not wait for her to initiate sex. She's not going to do it.
Do not wait for her to initiate sex. She's not going to do it. And then in the previous clip, it was, if she's not going to do all these things, you might as well dump her and get another one. So, and then he's talking about repeated resistance. How many times do you need repeated assistance and initiate this whole thing? That is way too much, man. Let's go to the next clip.
Really, it's just the majority of conservative Filipino women, they're just not going to do it.
Of course, majority of the conservative women, they're not going to do it because it's a conservative country. But, according to Rick, all these girls are freaks. All these Filipinas are out there just for the foreigner only.
It's up to you. And that's fine. That's a good thing. Men lead. That's the way it should be.
Men lead. That's the way it should be.
So now let's talk about the other end of the spectrum. Like I mentioned before, there's the Manila and Cebu girls who grow up in the big city. They know that all that shiny, neat stuff in the mall, the only way they're going to get it is if they hook up with a foreigner.
So the only way they're going to get it is if they hook up with a foreigner. That's his perception. That's how it is. Like, look at that girl with the new phone. She must probably fucked a foreigner for it. Thank you, Christmas 2.0 out there, the super chats. Yeah, but that is insane. So
neat stuff in the mall. The only way they're going to get it is if they hook up with a foreigner.
So if they only hook up with a foreigner, that's the only way they're going to get it, according to Rick.
And the only way they're going to get and keep a foreigner is to make him really happy in bed, just rock his world. They know this. They know the score, and that's how they operate.
So that's how all Filipinas operate. So they just rock his world, like that's all they are. That's all they are for, they're just born, just to satisfy a foreigner, basically. Yeah, I see more butts in the Philippines. I actually probably did skip the chloroform step.
Now these girls are a little bit more aggressive. General rule is the more aggressive they are in public, the more likely they are a player. They are a freelancer, maybe even a pro.
Yeah, so these girls, if they want to be aggressive, for example, they want to do public display of affection, they want to hug you or, ask, initiate certain things. I guess for him, they're prostitutes or something like that. So I guess this is going to lead to the fact that he's obviously scared of any independent women out there. He's scared of women.
Now you can run into city women who are none of these things. They're just regular women who are working a job and supporting their parents, and maybe they have a kid or two. They're still good, decent women, but they're from the city. And because they're in the city and they talk to a lot of their girlfriends who do a lot of things with expats, they're a bit more, I hate to use the word sophisticated, but they're a bit more knowledgeable about sex and the fact that it's just not an obligation.
Yeah, so sex for them is not an obligation.
Again, in the province, the girls look at it like, well, this is my obligation to the man in my life. I need to make him happy, kind of like washing the dishes or doing the laundry.
Yep. So, like as JLB said, that's for as JLB said about Ricky. I mean, he said so laundry. There's laundry. There's dishes, cooking, and then you got to suck his dick and have anal sex. That's part of the obligations of the house. He's very old school.
As you're dating a girl from the city and you get into a mutually exclusive relationship or even just an arrangement, city girls are far more likely to do an arrangement than a province girl.
So we know that he is self-incriminating himself right here. Um, Obviously, he's just, comes down to the Philippines all the time and does his little obligations and his little arrangements, monetary arrangements. And then he talks about them. He brags on YouTube like these girls are there for him and they love him. But in reality, it's a monetary arrangement, just like B, how they're giving money to B all the time. Thank you, Father Whoops. Have some coffee on me. I will actually have some coffee. I need some coffee right now. All the places are closed in the typhoon. Thank you, Father Whoops. Okay. But yeah, let's go.
And by arrangement, I mean you can lay down the terms and say, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. I'll only sleep with you, but it's only for 2 months. And then after 2 months, I'll give you a little severance, and then, you can do what you want. I'll do what I want. I just really want to enjoy being with you for 2 months. A city girl will do that.
Yeah, so all city girls are going to do the little arrangement, as he says. So imagine all the girls that you've seen them on YouTube. Go ahead, guys. Oh, Fat Slav is there. All right. Continue. Okay.
Province girl will not. She will be insulted. But a city girl, she's like, oh, hey, well, then I'll have money for that phone that I wanted to get. And she's like, okay, So now, once you get your city girl into the bedroom, well, then you can expect, again, maybe a slightly bit more initiative out of her. Not a whole lot. She's still going to expect you to lead.
So she's still going to expect you to lead.
The difference is that she's far more likely to show some enthusiasm for new things. She's going to she'll get excited. She will like it when you get her lingerie or toys or, whatever it is you're into. I mean, whether it's bondage or doing video, doing photos. City girls, they seem to love the idea, for the most part, of doing a model shoot. You start out with, okay, well, here, I got you something sexy. I want to get pictures of you. And then you just progressively do this photo shoot, and you'll be amazed. I mean, city girls just seem to love, maybe they're a bit more vain. I don't know. Province girls, that's their biggest nightmare, is that someone's going to get a picture of them nude, and then it'll end up all over the internet, and their reputation's ruined. So don't expect that so much from the smaller islands or province girls.
That's insane. So he's building it up to them, bondage, photos, all that crap. And of course, at the end, it's with securing. He does this mind conditioning with securing their reputation. This is just basically a form of manipulation right here. He puts it on apps and all this shit, photo shoots. I wonder how many uniforms does B have on right now. And starting today, I want to start a B anal reconstruction fund, because seriously, man, if any of her family is listening right now, she needs to get saved. This little girl needs to get saved from the clutches of the monster of Cebu. Let's keep going to the next one. And then blackmail. Exactly, Bofa. Bofa these nuts. That is so true. He takes pictures and does the emotional blackmail. Because why else would somebody take pictures and encrypt them? Encrypt them for Homeland Security. Why?
So anyway, I hope that gives you a better idea of what to expect, and then just sort of, well, whichever you're looking for. If you're looking for a good girl, go to the smaller islands. If you're looking for a really fun party girl, go to the big city. In either case, you need to lead. You need to let them know, again, through gentle persuasion when you're in bed, let them know, because I'll get to this in a second, let them know what it is you want by physically, maneuvering them, showing them, again, just leading them into it.
So physically maneuvering them, physically showing them. I don't know what type of man do you need to be in order to physically maneuver a woman for sex, unless it's rape. That's the only time you need to physically remove a woman. It's for sex. Okay, Darksider, Thank you and JOB for exposing this underbelly of the frog. The frog's actions reflect badly on all expats. Time to expose. That is so true, Darksider. He is paying them. Yeah, that is insane. So far, I haven't seen Geo's gay hands show up, but hopefully he shows up and gives some sad stories. But yeah, you don't need to physically maneuver anybody unless it's rape or it's something that they don't want to do.
Now, here's one thing I will leave you with before we end. Don't discuss it. Don't make it a discussion. Do not, 10, 15 minutes before you're about to go to the bedroom, do not sit there and say, well, so, well, how do you feel about anal? How do you feel about vibrators? How do you feel about, that will kill the whole thing. I guarantee you they're going to say no. They don't like confrontational conversations as it is, and they definitely don't like talking about sex so directly.
Exactly. So his thing is, do not bring it to the table. Do not tell them about it. Just do it in the bed. Maneuver them in the bed. Do not. What the fuck, man? Like, of course you got to talk to a woman, like, about, you know, what can you do, your limitations and stuff. You know, you can't be out there. You can't be out there just like, surprise, you know, booty hole surprise. You know, you give her the brown eye surprise. Like, come on, man. Seriously, a booty roll surprise. You're gonna fucking spank her one eye, and you expect not to get the cops called up on you, or not to people to have calling up on you? Come on,
So
man.
this dude is saying, like, if you want to use a vibrator or something on the girl, just don't talk about it before. Don't ask her. Just pop out the vibrator while you're there in the room with her.
Yeah, exactly. Just pop it out there. Just don't talk about it.
Surprise!
Yeah, it's surprise. Here's a 12-incher surprise. Here's for your booty hole surprise. Oh wow, $10 from El Gran Brollero from B's Anal Fund. Oh shit, it's a real thing actually. Thanks so much, Gran Brollero. Yeah, I hope B can come up and be like, hey, I'm going to the Dr. Andy Omar. Can you please send me that money? And I will. So B, if you're listening to this, or family's listening to this, we will go to the doctor. All right, let's continue. Surprise. All right.
So don't make it a conversation. All right? Just again, when you're in the moment, just kind of read the situation. When's the right time? Move her this way, move her that way, whatever. Just lead with action, not by discussion. Okay?
Lead by action and not by discussion. What the? That sounds like rape to me. I don't know. Lead by action but not by discussion. So surprise. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, so he's basically just saying, don't ask them. Don't ask them if you can use sex toys with them or anything like that. Just bring them out.
Yeah, just bring them in. Like they love it. They're excited. You know, according to the previous things, they're excited for it. They love it. Oh man. All right, let's keep going. Oh. And this is going to be, that's one of the videos. We're going to continue with the second video. Now this one shows more of the manipulation techniques. Yeah, you thought this was manipulation. No, this one is probably worse. You heard the first one from JOB. No, this one is worse.
In a previous video, we did what I call untraining. And this video is going to be another video about untraining, unlearning stuff that is actually just wrong. It's just counterproductive. And it's what we're taught in Western culture.
Yeah. So we're going to learn about untraining. We're gonna learn, I guess, about what's wrong with us, with our mentality as men in Western cultures. So we gotta, when the shit that we were taught about, respecting women from our mothers, we gotta throw that out the door, right? We gotta throw that out the door.
Whether again you be out in United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, it's something that we were taught literally since we were kids, and through music and media, and it's just gotten worse. It's just so off base, and it's about what it means to be the man. In especially what we're going to focus on here is the whole sex part of the relationship.
Again, how to be the man and the sex part of the relationship. Yeah, we know, Rick.
What we've been taught in Western culture is women have, since the 1970s, with the women's movement, which in itself is not a bad thing when it started. I'm all for women being paid equally for the same job, all that, equal access to education and all that. But it got to a point where essentially women became more equal and more demanding.
So it's getting out of control for Ricky now, because women are more equal than men nowadays, and they're more demanding. Really? And he's been calling me a feminist for a while. I wonder why, but we're gonna check it out. So yeah, he doesn't like his women equal. He's scared of women.
And as the whole sexual revolution occurred over the 80s and the 90s, women essentially started throwing up these lists and gauntlets and requirements out of men. And it's only gotten worse. In fact, it's pathetically bad now. The women have essentially basically said, well, I want to call all the shots, and I want this, and I want this, I want. It's all about them. Ironically, when you think about even the wedding, more and more it's emphasized from the women, this is my day. Well, what about the guy? He's getting married too. In fact, he's probably the one paying for it, so why is it all your day? Anyways, don't get me started on that. Pretty much that.
Yeah, don't get Ricky started on that, on the wedding parts. Just because a woman, it's her special day and that's how it happened, and you have to unlearn all that respect you learned from your mother. Throw that out the door.
Pretty much that's when most guys who are divorced tell me that things went downhill, especially when it came to sex. More and more it became about essentially you're always in the mood for sex, and you have to adjust to the times that she is willing to open the gate. She has to
open the gate?
Not have a headache. She has to not be tired. She has to be in the mood. She has to this, she has to that. And pretty soon, all these requirements from her, the way she's positioned herself in the relationship is basically she's got what you want, and she's only going to let you have it either to get something in return. And again, Western women criticize Filipinos for being gold diggers. They're no different.
Yeah, so they're no different. So this is just his thing with women, not only Western women, with Filipinas. So this is not just Filipinas, but all Western women too. He's very a frustrated man. He hates it when girls want to make suggestions, basically. When a girl wants to have her own wedding, no, that's bad for Ricky.
They will hold back sex to get what they want in a marriage, which they're not supposed to be doing in the first place. A wife is never to tell her husband no. A wife is never to tell her husband no. A wife is never to tell her husband no.
So a wife is never to tell her husband no. You know how bad that sounds? Like, really? Like, for the wife not to tell her husband no? What if, she's actually sick, or she might have a rag or something? Yeah, man, this guy is insane, man.
In most Filipinas, I won't say all, but I'll say like 60, 70%. Filipinas that I have known, and I've talked to a lot of guys about their relationships and stuff. These Filipinas, they don't initiate sex, but they will never say no. So if you're in the mood and you make it clear that you want sex, they're not going to tell you no. They're not. It's totally contradictory to their upbringing and their culture. You know, you're the man in their life, and if you want sex, they're going to give it to you.
If you want sex, they're just gonna give it to you. That's his perfect marriage for Ricky, like on demand. Thank you, Gurkha09 for the super chat. And yeah, that is insane. It's just, for him is no, no. Always gonna be yes. They won't initiate and they won't say no, but won't say no. Oh man.
If your girlfriend doesn't make you happy, the other girlfriends tell her, you don't make him happy in bed, he's going to find it somewhere else. And there's 10 million other Filipinas out the door who are more than willing to have an expat boyfriend.
So I guess according to Ricky, the Filipinas are out there talking, and if you're not going to satisfy him, get fucked in the ass, then there's so many girls out there looking for foreigners. He thinks he's the cream of the crop in here. Oh man, he's fucking sicko. He does think he even compared himself to an article of Brad Pitt. Like, these guys are so jealous, and then he's putting himself next to Brad Pitt on an age gap relationship.
So what she knows is that no is not part of the equation. She will. You initiate sex, and she will comply.
So initiate sex, and she will comply. She has to comply like a dog. I don't know why he's in the Philippines. If you want this type of women, why don't you just get a sex bot? A sex bot, maybe get a dildo for you or something, right? Like, why do you need to start manipulating these women?
We have learned to almost be in a position where we're asking, and we're like, well, is it okay if we do this? Is it okay if we do that? And on it goes, and we drag that into our relationship with a Filipina, and we limit ourselves from really the kind of sexual experience we want, in a relationship. And, all these things that end up becoming fantasies could be reality for you in your relationship with a Filipina.
Yep. So basically everything. So he's promoting the Philippines, of course, as the tourist sex spot. Like, if you want your wildest fantasies, well, come to the Philippines. Come to the Philippines where all your sexual needs are granted. Basically, that's what he is. That's what he does. And that's what he's been doing for operating since 2012, was he? Operating his operations, matchmaking, friends of Rike sites, his dating groups, how he didn't allow Arabs or Indians into the groups just because they were so rude, according to him. He's pretty much racist, man. The dude is a racist, and he treats these women like dogs.
In Western training, let's just call it conditioning, it might even be a better word. In Western conditioning, a lot of guys, including myself, had to break away from that mentality of almost like asking permission, is it okay? And then it also was even like, it's brought from the women's point of view, it's like, well, I don't do this position because it's degrading.
All right, keep going, Ricky.
It's demeaning. It puts me like a sex object, blah, 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 blah. And we get that running through our heads. And then we get a Filipino who is more than willing to comply. And we start telling ourselves that those same mantras. We start telling ourselves, oh, I'm not going to do this with her because that's demeaning, or this is degrading to women in general. Or, it's amazing how this BS just gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, it's amazing how this BS gets stuck in your head. Why are you guys respecting women, guys? Come on. That's basically what he's saying here. Why are you respecting these women? Throw that out the window. You're in the Philippines now. This is the Philippines. That's basically what he's saying right here. This is a talk of a sexual deviant. Really. In order to be sodomizing these women, it's all a sexual deviancy.
The dude's a predator, man. He's a predator. He's a predator. He makes money off these girls. He's a predator.
Definitely he's a predator. I was actually watching the movie Predators yesterday, where they put you in a controlled environment and they all round you up and they hunt you like dogs. Well, that's the movie Predators with the actual predators. But moving on, this is sexual deviancy. This is predatory behavior. If he was doing this in the U.S., if he actually did this in Vietnam, which obviously he never got laid in Vietnam, and according to his man cave chat, he picked up some ladyboy or whatever, according to Geo and all them.
He got no action in Vietnam. He was like 0 wins, 100 losses. Because that's how big a fucking fool he is. I mean, the guy's a complete sex cat predator fool. Yeah, Ricky, I said it.
Well, so it's pretty funny how you see this old Indian man walking around Vietnam, fat raisin-looking MFer, and yeah, and as Brit Farmer says, it's called sexual exploitation. It is. That's what it is. Sexual exploitation, and he uses these for views, these women for views. Rike was the one that originated this. Then, of course, Geo followed. Then Old Dog New Tricks followed. He brought these expat communities of fucking dirty MFers running around. Now you got Baby May presenting other women as a mama-san. Oh, this girl is single, guys. Who wants to date her? Like, Jesus. And I don't know what type of man actually needs dildos unless your dick don't work. Seriously. Don't use that. Why do I need to use a dildo if I got a dick, right? Damn. All right, let's continue.
You have to be the man in the relationship. And she is wanting you to be the man in the relationship. It's not limited to just when you're going to have sex, because that's the position of most Filipinos in a relationship. They're waiting for you to let them know it's time for sex, and then they will agree. The answer is always yes.
So come on, girl, it's time for sex, and the answer is going to be yes. It's time for sex. Is that his ideal relationship? Like when he gets the girl into the ground, like it's time for sex.
They're waiting for you to let them know it's time for sex, and then they let them know it's time for sex, and it's time for sex, and then they will agree. It's time for sex, and then they will agree. The answer is always yes.
It's time for sex, and they will agree, and the answer is always yes. It sounds like a poetry. It sounds like a poem. Jesus Christ, man, this man. And this is just part of this little manipulation plan. Into Rain Man's answer, I would say I got a black belt and I got a brown belt in the Bachelor course. I got a brown eye belt. All right, let's keep going.
And it all depends on what you're into. Some guys are into bondage. Some guys are into lingerie. Some guys are into role playing and whether it's the nurse uniform, the maid uniform, the schoolgirl uniform, whatever it is, you have to graduate her into those things.
Yep. Graduate her.
They've never encountered adult toys. They've never seen a vibrator, not in person. They've definitely never used one. They've never had a man use a vibrator on them, or a vibrating egg, or there's just so many things out there that they've never seen it because they don't have the money for it.
So, of course, vibrators, vibrating eggs, they never seen it, but they'll do it. That kind of deal, man. It's pretty insane. I really feel sorry for B. As Van Mail says, he does feel sorry for B. I do too. She really needs to get into the anal reconstruction deal going on, and it's a lot of Filipinos out there that feel the same way. Daniel T, I'm gonna add him up. Is another. I don't know if you can put some commentary into this, but yeah,
How's it going, guys?
it's pretty good, man. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want to let everybody know. I'm a Filipino myself, and I find it very disgusting that the way he points out about Filipino women, it's not all true. Like I find bewildered because he has spent almost a decade in the Philippines, yet he has never acclimated the culture and the language. So how can he possibly know about Filipino women in general?
Exactly.
So, I've encountered many women. I mean, I've encountered Filipino women myself, and they have very different approaches on how to deal with situations like this. And it's like, for him to blanket statement everything is like, okay, I find it very disturbing. So anyway,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let everybody else make a comment about this, but that I find him very disturbing.
Yeah, exactly. That is one thing that I'm seeing, that it is really disturbing, man. I'm Hispanic myself, and like if a dude came out here, like let's say you went to a different country, Mexico or something, and he started doing the same thing, obviously, yeah, that is gonna be disgusting. It's just obviously just a sex pet. And as Trinitro said here, yeah, he did delete his other videos. Uh, and it's pretty sick, man. It's really sick with this guy, and he does a lot of blanket statements. But it's gonna get weirder. Let's continue.
And if there's any hesitancy, because some of them will be hesitant, because they're kind of shy. They maybe have some, and the biggest resistance you're going to hear, the first thing you'll probably hear from a good girl Filipino, whatever, is, well, she likes it. She likes the idea of this lingerie. But her first response is going to be, oh, well, isn't that what the prostitutes wear? And, here's how you can counter that, is forget about prostitutes. You're my girl. You're my woman. And you know what? It makes me happy to see you in this. And that's all that matters. And that's all that matters. And that's all that matters.
Yep. That's all that matters to him, because it makes him happy. That's it. That's all he cares about, him. And if you see all his videos, it's always him, 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 him. Do you guys ever see him on a charity? Do you guys ever see him going out to the Filipino public? Do you guys don't see that? The only people he's helping is the ones he's fucking in the butt. That's all he's helping. When he was going to the Magellan Cross, there's a lot of kids out there. Sir, we need food. We need food. He's laughing. No, thank you. He just brushes them off, and you see his hand brushing off the kids. Like, what kind of fucking sick individual, man? Seriously. He's out there in his condo looking down on people, yet there's kids out there near the Magellan, near church, mind you, asking for food.
I've never seen any cent being donated to anybody. From all the videos that I've seen from him, I've never seen any charitable work, any contributions to impoverished people, especially in Cebu. I've seen some, but I've majority of the videos, I have never seen any evidence of that. So
yeah,
it's kind of sad.
And he has like 1,000 videos, like close to 1,000 videos uploaded, and you see never any charitable deal. Thank you, Smoothly64. And if you guys want to watch his channel, Smoothly64, he's a pretty cool dude.
And I want to add something real quick, just off the record, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you several weeks ago when you had that live stream on a Sunday, but I mentioned this to you about this person, under the YouTube channel Dustin Backpacks. His real name is Dustin Borglin, who's an American, but he's been stranded in Cebu province for nearly a year now, and he has done more to the Filipino people and earned the respect of from those people. He has contributed a lot more. So whenever you had the time and opportunity, please research him, and you may have the opportunity to reach out to him. You know, he's more than willing to, you know, to share some insights about how he has touched the hearts of many Filipino people out there. So
Yeah,
just for
I actually do admire his channel and the things he does. He's a really nice guy. You know, helping with the houses and all that. I mean, he has all the time in the world, right? Dustin, he has all the time in the world. Rike also does too. He says he does projects, which we don't see. He says he does. All he does is copyright strike everybody. For sure, he's gonna copyright strike this video. He tried to copyright strike JOB, Fat Slob Blogs, Tony Riverdog, all these other YouTubers. He tried to, and then a lot of micro YouTubers, Aloe. He tried to copyright strike everybody, fighting from every side because they're trying to upload his little perverted rainy day video. And that's all he does. He just goes online on Facebook and YouTube and tries to copyright strike. And one of these days, Rike, all these fraudulent copyright strikes that are getting turned back on you, YouTube will turn down your channel. And this is what I'm going to ask my audience. I'm going to upload a video, and I'm going to unlist it and give it links to people that reach out to me on my Andy Omar page. And you can download it and upload it on your channel. If he tries to copyright strike you, because my video already passed the copyright strike claim, so it's under fair use by YouTube. So if he tries to do that, he's going to be putting fake copyright strikes, and his channel is going to get taken down just because YouTube is going to get tired of it. And it happens a lot of these channels.
I'm wondering about that as well.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was wondering about part of the reason why his Facebook account was turned down. Has he been doing copyright strikes on certain people who have questioned his motives? No. You know?
He said it himself. His videos was taken down just because of suspicious activity. Obviously, we know what that is. Like seeing these, listening to these things now. Obviously, we know it's a lot of disgruntled customers out there. To answer Father Whoops, there are 2 videos that I made. There's actually 4, but there's 2 videos that I made. The review of Rike, Life Beyond the Sea, part 1 and 2. If you guys have my permission to download it and re-upload it. That way, you know, he's going to start doing more copyright strikes because the word is out there about him. And it's under fair use. I wrote in Sacktown, they don't give any money to underage people in front of Ernie's Liquors because I can be... Oh, okay. That's cool. So, yeah, let's continue on.
Because prostitutes, they kiss. Prostitutes, they hug. Prostitutes do a lot of things. It doesn't make it wrong, you know. But we don't need to worry about that. Let's just focus on us.
Yeah, just focus on us. And I don't know why you should be kissing prostitutes anyway, Rike, but that's your thing.
You've got to make her feel secure and safe. And if you do later take pictures, I'll tell you what you need to do.
Okay, now this is going to be really good. Like, this is a tip for the perverts out there that he does. This is how he hides from Homeland Security, too, I bet.
Get a program called Challenger. It's an encryption software, easy to use, and encrypt your pictures. Because if your laptop ever does get stolen, those pictures can end up out in the wild. All right. Also, don't store them on your phone. It's too easy to hack a phone and get those pictures, even with software that's supposed to hide it. It really doesn't hide it. It just changes the suffix.
We know he's using all these encryption softwares. You know that is suspicious if he does, man. Nobody goes out there taking pictures of women and then using encryption software in order to. What the fuck, man? That is really insane. But let's continue on, Ricky. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's too dodgy.
Yeah. Imagine what he doesn't show you in public. If he says this stuff in public for pay, imagine what he doesn't do, what he does off the camera.
Does that make him a high-profile guy? Maybe in a negative way, I suppose.
Yeah, he says with 50,000 subscribers, he says he's a high-profile guy. He is a pro-sex pad. Yeah, that is right. Nit Martin, and then the other guys. Why do you need to encrypt pictures for 11 series? Yeah, why do you need to encrypt photos unless they're not legal, unless they're illegal photos?
I'm willing to bet both the Cebu governor and the Cebu city mayor have never heard of him.
No, I know that for a fact they have. There's word around that the police know about this guy. They know.
Okay.
All right, let's continue.
That when the door is locked, whatever you do stays in that room. Because again, getting back to Filipinos, what's the one thing again that they have? Their reputation.
Yep, when their door is locked, it's between you and you, and yeah, their reputation.
They have their reputation. So you've got to let her feel secure and safe with you, that she can explore these things, and it's your little secret, between the two of you.
Little secret. And this is going to the blackmail part. We're just getting started. This is just, it's going to get more weird.
So that's how you start. You've got to be the man. You've got to lead. You've got to tell her specifically what you want. Don't just tell her, I'd really like to see you in some black thigh-high stockings. She's never going to go out and buy them. You buy them, present them to her when you're about to have sex, and say, hey, I really want to see you in these. You would really look sexy.
So again, he goes back to the surprise part, where don't talk about it, just surprise, dildos, here's your stockings, here's whatever. And I feel sorry for B. Like, he probably came off to the family as some, nice foreigner, professor-looking type kind of guy. And as soon as they probably got into the bedroom, he probably pulled out he took out all the stops. He probably just went all out. Poor B, man. I feel sorry for her. Now we know that, she's like an anal master and shit.
And again, the premise needs to be, you're the one woman in my life. Everything I want in pleasure from a woman is going to come from you, or substitute girlfriend. I'm not seeing any other women. I'm only seeing you. So all the things that I, as a man, want from a woman, I want that from you. And you maybe don't even need to say it because it's pretty much inferred. If you don't want to give it to me, maybe I'll find someone else. I mean, you don't want to say that because that's kind of like blackmail. And
yep, you don't want to say that because that is like blackmail. I don't know if you guys have some feedback.
Yeah, man. You gotta think about the narrative here for a minute. So, he shows up in 2013. A lot of guys have been going over there for years. The first time I was there was at Subic Bay, February 1986. You go, you have your fun, but he showed up and he's like, I'm a broke computer tech from the Inland Empire, and I got to do something for money. So I'm going to monetize how to take advantage of young third world teenagers. And so he goes, I want to make money
Hello, Pat, stop there. Oh, I think he disconnected. But yeah, he's talking about like him coming since 2013, and of course, you know, then or 2012 actually, and getting all these teenagers. Yeah, let's keep going.
And really, it's going to have a dark tinge to everything. So you want to focus on the positive. You want to let her know the truth, which is you do desire these things and you want it from her.
So of course, he's kind of like sugarcoating the blackmail, like you want these desires, like you need it, you know, kind of deal. Um, but it's actually is literally he says blackmail, but he's like, no, do it this way.
If you don't want to give it to me, maybe I'll find someone else. I mean, you don't want to say that because that's kind of like blackmail, and really it's going to have a dark tinge to everything. So you want to focus on the positive. You want to let her know the truth, which is you do desire these things and you want it from her and only her. So, you know, again, other things, it might be positions. She may be shy about certain positions or trying new things. You need to firmly, but not abusively, you need to firmly, but not abusively make it happen.
So firmly, but not abusively, make it happen. So basically, do it to the point where it's not considered rape or some shit like that.
What is that? Is that like one step forward, 5 steps back kind of approach?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Oh,
Like a
Jesus.
regressive. That's a regressive method right over there.
I don't know what kind of stuff he's teaching these men, but I'm sure they're all arrested for rape charges probably now. Because wow, let's continue.
That's not gonna sit well with a lot of Western women, and the Westernized Filipino women. So
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay? You never want to, you know, fall into that dark area of where you're basically raping and abusing her. I'm not advocating that at all. I don't fall.
Don't fall to that area where you're raping and abuse. He's actually saying it. He's saying it right there, guys. Like, he's just trying to sugarcoat his words, but you know, we know what the fuck he's doing, but he's saying it right here. All right, let's do it. Put this again.
You never want to, you know, fall into that dark area of where you're basically raping and abusing her. I'm not advocating that at all. I'm just saying be a man, be firm about it, and if she really, really doesn't want to do it, back off and say, okay, I understand. You don't want to do that? I'll make a mental note of that. If this is going to be a continued problem, you know, I'm going to have to reevaluate our relationship.
So he has to wait for her to actually probably scream for help and is going to say, okay, no, you don't want to do that? Okay, I'm going to reevaluate our relationship. What kind of fucking sicko is this, man? You're not going to tell the woman in the middle of the bed just because she doesn't want to have anal sodomized. She doesn't want to get sodomized. Okay, we're going to reevaluate our relationship, you know, based on anal sex. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Mr.
That's
Romance.
just on the first date. That's just on the first date. He's like, we got to do some training here. We're going to do some on-the-job training. You're going to pass or fail. Yeah.
We did. Literally probably has evaluation sheets. We have to reevaluate this relationship at the moment.
and all of this has been done without no discussion at all with the girl beforehand as well about what she likes, about you know what is what. No, just surprise her with all of this stuff, and then she doesn't agree. We're gonna have to reevaluate the relationship.
I mean, this clown Enrique belongs on Deliverance, dude. I mean, he doesn't belong in the Philippines. He belongs in Deliverance in some swamp, you know, giving it out. I mean, he's a sick dude.
He ain't gonna make it America's Got Talent. That's for sure.
Let's continue.
No, I'm going to have to reevaluate our relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, she needs to know that you want this. And if it's not going to come from her, it's going to come from someone else. Okay? Be firm, be the man. And you will be amazed.
Yeah, so basically that's blackmail right there in the bed. She doesn't want to get sodomized, reevaluate the relationship, and then, okay, if you're not going to give it to me, I'll give it to somebody else. You know how, yeah, that's disgusting, man. But that's how he operates, obviously.
I mean, she needs to know that you want this. And if it's not going to come from her, it's going to come from someone else. Okay? Be firm, be the man. And you will be amazed. At some point, she's going to hit this tipping point, and she's going to submit to your will. She's going to realize you have a plan.
At some point, how many times does he need to actually do this?
She's going to realize.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
he's on the first date, Andy, right? So he's on the first date. He's all, I'm so cheap because everyone buys all my food when I go out with all my fans. I'm gonna maybe buy you some jellied French fries, or I might take and buy a donut, and then I'm gonna take it back and show you my 12-inch dildo. I mean, come on.
I don't know where Enrique learns all this stuff. I don't know. Did you take the Joe Biden class, or what happened here? Because this is a lot of stuff going on, man. Creepy Enrique.
You have things in mind you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Has he ever been practically doing this?
Say that again.
Has he ever done this? Like, whenever he gives advice, has he ever done it himself?
I'm sure it's from experience, man. When you give advice,
I mean, he makes Hunter Biden look like a kid, man.
I'll have to do a lot of, if I were, I'll have to do a logic testing on him, to be honest, like, because there are a lot of red flags that I'm noticing.
I've been saying it for a long time. That guy's a sexual deviant, and nobody believed. Everybody thought I was insane. Oh no, Andy, he's fine. He's a good bloke. He's okay. He just travels around the Philippines and gives great advice. But I knew the real Enrique before, man. I knew how this motherfucker operates. And now it's all showing up, man. It's all showing. But yeah, definitely some sexual deviant attributes here. Is something going on with him sexually frustrated man. And he's a sociopath. He believes this is normal, right? He's probably going to go right now and going to say, oh, they're slandering me, or they're jealous. These jealous trolls, they're coming after me, just because I'm trying to give some single guy classes. He believes this is normal. All right, let's continue.
And at some point as a woman, she's actually going to take joy in surrendering her will to you.
Yeah, so she's going to take joy in surrendering her will. You might as well get a dog, man. Get a dog or a sex robot. You don't need a human to do this. What kind of human does this to another human? That's what I want to know. And he feels no remorse about it. Zero remorse. That is a trait of a sociopath. Oh, man, where was I in my clips? All right.
And saying, teach me. I mean, some of the most beautiful words I've gotten from my girlfriends are things like, you're my boss, tell me what to do. Or another one said, you're my teacher, I'll be your student. Okay? When a woman tells you that, she has passed that tipping point. She's ready to surrender and learn from you. And
so, yeah, basically psychological and physical abuse. Yeah, it's right, Martin. This is what it is. Because a woman surrendering her will, he must have done a lot of things to break her down and build her back up to whatever she is at the moment. Just like B right now. I feel sorry for her. And I don't know how she's still, after all these live streams, countless YouTubers, countless people sending her messages, and her family, she still is with that monster, unless she has been brainwashed by the frog. And, of course, his teacher-student relationship, like he's always saying, is, the most beautiful words is if a girl called me a boss. Like, what the fuck? All right, let's.
And saying, teach me. I mean, some of the most beautiful words I've gotten from my girlfriends are things like, you're my boss, tell me what to do. Or another one said, you're my teacher, I'll be your student. Okay? When a woman tells you that, she has passed that tipping point. She's ready to surrender and learn from you. So what you have to look for is that real, true limit, not the extremely low limits that she's used to, just dating Filipinos, who just kind of hop on, hop off, and off they go.
Yeah, so basically, Filipinos are rah, rah, rah. Like, you don't care. It's racist, obviously.
Just dating Filipinos, who just kind of hop on, hop off, and off they go. You want to expand her experiences, but you are eventually going to hit a brick wall, and that's her real limit. She doesn't know what her real limit is yet.
She doesn't know what her real limit is yet.
So he's just saying, he's just advocating, push it and push it and push it until literally she says enough. Enough is enough after you've sprung out these vibrators and the anal and everything. The guy's sick.
Definitely, yeah.
I want to add, based on what he said, it reminds me of this movie in 2001. It's called A Beautiful Mind, and that was played by Russell Crowe and Jennifer Connelly. Basically, a teacher-student relationship thing, and I'm getting this pattern of maybe he got that idea in a very sinister way, in a way to just kind of make this relationship, more, teacher effing the student, and vice versa. Put me wrong, but I just brought that particular movie as a reference. So,
yeah, it seems he's into this pure submission deal, sodomy, or else, he plays off as this guy who has all the chips on the table and basically shaking down Filipinos. For example, his ex-wife, I guess one of his ex-wives, he was working at the hospital, he said, and one of his ex-wives just came from Mexico, and she barely knew any English. This guy literally studied Spanish. Supposedly he studied Spanish. He doesn't really know Spanish when I spoke to him. He studied Spanish just so she can shake her down. Literally, that's how he got the ex. Obviously, he used this U.S. status on this Mexican woman, and hey, I have citizenship. How you doing? I'm American. He's using this, shaking down the illegal, and that is really disgusting, man. I'm sure that's how. And then probably the ex-wife got Americanized. And then she's like, man, fuck this guy. This guy is fucking sick. She probably got tired of him, his ex-wife, and that's it. Let's continue on.
Your job is to take her to that real limit of the things. And then when you get to that, then you can respect it and say, okay, maybe having you with 5 other guys is asking too much, and just drop it.
Wait. What did he say again? What did he say? Hold on. Let's replay this.
With 5 other guys is, maybe having you with 5 other guys is asking too much, and just drop it.
Like, so maybe having that girl with 5 other people is asking too much. I don't know what he's into, but shit, that looks pretty disgusting to me. Jesus Christ, man. Let me see who else we got in the private chat. Let's see. No. Cameras unplugged. Let me try to look up these. I would like to make Americans Got Talent. Okay, cool.
Because I remember when I was in the United States, I used to have this thought, oh, well, only the sketchy, uglier girls did the nasty things, and the really beautiful, sweet, girls, they don't do that. They just do missionary, and that's all there is. No, you got to drop all that idea.
Yeah, drop that idea. That's Western society. That's respecting women.
When you come to the Philippines, you will be amazed. These women they may be elegant, they may be gorgeous, they may be beautiful, they may be sweet, they may be innocent, they may be all these things, but behind closed doors, what they really want is a man to lead them.
A man to lead them. Oh. I hope somebody in the law enforcement is really hearing this, or foreign law enforcement, U.S. law enforcement. This is a guy waiting to make a mistake in the U.S. or something. The best scenario we can do is like kick him out of the Philippines. The best scenario is he will make a mistake in the U.S. and he will get arrested for sexual deviancy or something. This is way too much. Yeah. All right, let's.
In bed, lead them. So that's what I'll leave you with here today. Again, just go for it. Just go for it. Be the man. Untrain yourself from all the other opposite ideas you ever got in the West. All that limitations and all of that from the West. Forget it.
Yeah, forget it. Forget respecting women. Forget all your limitations. Forget asking them for permission. Just.
I wonder how it turned out in Vietnam when he was in Vietnam. Having lines crossed with Vietnamese women over there.
I don't know if you guys in the commentary want to say anything, some reflections. Maybe you had a girl there and she's traumatized by listening to all this. I have no idea. I'm going to invite some more people in. Let's see. Yeah. But that is one of the things that I've been saying it for a long time, and he's definitely promoting sex tourism. Like, as soon as you come to the Philippines, this is where all the women want, your sexual desires. And imagine, there's guys that got deported for less. There was a Thai blogger who just said pig noise, and then what happened? Next week, he got out of the Philippines just for saying pig noise. Then, what about the guy? There was another one who said the top best things, the top things I hate about the Philippines. So he made a video, the top things I hate about the Philippines, and guess what? He just got deported immediately. So I don't know why this monster is still out there lurking, because he has been working through expat eyes only, but he hasn't been going through the Filipino eyes, through the Filipino people. So his operations. He's been operating. He has been spending more than 249 days here in the Philippines. He should be literally paying the BIR. He's getting all his PayPal money and all that crap. Literally, this is way too much.
Yeah, listen, man. This all comes down to monetization. The right people, the right eyeballs just simply haven't caught him yet. There's a lot of people in Southeast Asia that monetize sexpat, how to date, how to take advantage of young Filipina, how to take advantage of third world teenagers. They just got caught, man. And so then they got demonetized, they got deplatformed, and they're gone. I mean, there's a long list of them. Geo, Rike, all these guys, and Dumigede, all the sexpat superstars. They just haven't had the right eyeballs on them. Like right now, they're deplatforming everybody here as a result of this steal the vote. stop the steal. Everyone's getting deplatformed, man. Everybody right now. And so it's just a matter of time before somebody comes in, sees all these clowns, and they're all going to be gone, man. It's just a matter of when, not if. So.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. One, he hasn't been seen, but I heard reports that he has actually been under some sort of investigation deal or something that happened in Cebu. Let me tell you a story. One time, Rike went into a party and he was chasing this little girl in a party. The mom had to actually get away from the party and take her 16-year-old out of the party just because Rike was trying to move in close. And he can say it's slander or whatever, but Rike, if you want to say it's slander, then go ahead, because I know who the mom is and I know who the kid is. So don't be playing these fucking games. And then on YouTube, he has been trying to say that I am putting him on a black light, that I have been making this guy, slandering him, and because he's a respectable man in the Philippine YouTubing community. Obviously, he's not, but he's lying to YouTube. And then in the email, he said that he talked about how if YouTube didn't comply to his copyright strike, then they are complicit. So literally, he gave a big FU to YouTube by saying, you know what? If you guys don't go by my copyright strike, you guys are as well a complicit in this situation. So Rike has been literally threatening YouTube and his little templates and under perjury laws. Now, Rike, I'm sure you said something about in your email that I read from YouTube, that YouTube gave to me with all your information, about that you actually filed a police case against me. I would love to see it. And I would love to see it with my lawyer. Because if you're putting false cases, false allegations, and then you're trying to send to these other YouTubers, trying to pin me down as some sort of pedo with our chats, then I have enough to get you with. So, Rike, once this is over, I will see you. Believe it. And this will be legally. That is some things that I have to say, man, because he has been saying how I'm slandering, how I'm such a loser. I don't know a loser I am. I mean, I own a car. Do you own a car? I got a house. Do you have a house? I'm sure you don't. You're homeless right now. Oh, I seen you. Supposedly you have all this property, right? You have all this property, yet we never seen you in this property in California. We only see you in your mommy's house. Mommy. Mommy's house. That's it. We never see him somewhere else. Yeah, the sound bites incriminate himself. That is true, Seymour Butts. Definitely a persona non grata. That's what we call it here in the Philippines. So we only see him in mommy's house. I heard that another man paid for your flight to the U.S. Is that true, Rike? That somebody else paid for your flight to the U.S.? I mean, another man gave you $1,000 just because of the demonetization in the AdSense. Is that for real, Rike? Because I know the person. I know the people that, they're saying all this stuff. They're paying all this stuff for you at the time, and then you throw them under the bus and you lie about them on the live stream? Really? If somebody gave me $1,000 for free, I wouldn't even need to fuck them over. I mean, they'll be my friend for life. But this guy, he doesn't care because it's all about him. That's why B dumped him. With Lynn, or probably sold off to another subscriber or something going on because he couldn't afford her. And that's why he went to Vietnam, to greener pastures. Gio in the Philippines. Didn't Gio, this is according to your previous friends, you got a letter, something by the NBI or someone connected to the NBI that you were under investigation for doing illicit, some explicit behavior with a student. Is that right, Gio? I mean, I know all these things, but I don't really say them on my videos. Alois here. So hopefully Alo comes in and shines in. Oh, I'm Ricky's mama. Oh my God, it's Ricky's mom. Here, look in the chat, guys. It's Ricky's mom. I hope she can say something. Look at her. She's right there with her hand and her cockroach-looking hair, and she has an apron on. You know, of course, you know Ricky can't fuck from the front, so he has to fuck from the behind with apron on and shit.
Hey, where's Ricky's cousins, the Vatos from the IE? Now, are they going to come out and do some damage? Where they at? Where they at?
Yeah, whatever happened to Aguilar, Ricky? Aguilar. Why is your criminal record linked to Aguilar? Freddie Aguilar? Well, what's his name? Something Aguilar. Why is his thing linked? I do not trust that. He gave what do you call it? In his response to trolls, he gave a screenshot of an article. I don't know. I don't believe that article, Rike, unless I see some real printed one, because anybody can do that kind of that is like level 1 Photoshop shit right there. Rike's mama is on the panel. I hope she can talk. And I hope I heard there's reports of a Froggy trying to join the live stream, but I don't know if he's going to come in because he's probably too coward. Let me see if I'm going to send a PM. And yeah, but that is insane. So I don't know, guys. You guys make your own deals here, and whoever wants to add anything to the panel, go ahead, because I am out of words.
Has Rike refunded the remember Mr. Joe Does Asia, who paid the Rike for advice or something? I think you mentioned that in the videos, Andy. Has he ever got has he ever got his money back? I'm just curious.
You know, that is a very funny question, because Rike said something that Joe sent him money for is a scam or something, right? But did Rike ever send that money back to Joe? He never. There's no receipts. I mean, he can deny the PayPal and send it back, right? He never did. So you're out there. I mean, you're real scummy, Rike. You're claiming that Joe sent you money, and then you show it. But did you ever send it back? Did you ever send? He said that he sent it back, or he didn't accept it. Well, where is the screenshot where he didn't accept the money? It's still on the logs, right? Yeah. I never get that deal. And then the Froggy's not showing. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say PayPal never erases those logs, no matter how Rike would try to hide it. PayPal would never erase those logs. Everything's recorded, like for life.
The logs are there.
So
the logs are there, especially all his matchmaking courses. His his little one-on-one consultancy. He's an unlicensed consultant working in the Philippines. So where's that, Rike?
Charging those courses? I'm like, which university? Okay, well, sounds like a chump change, but I highly think it's still expensive to a lot of people. It should be zero. Should be free. When it comes to life experiences and sharing social, the social aspects of it, should be free. Period.
Yeah, it should. It's just a Google click away. I don't know why. All he does is chat these guys up, and and all of a sudden he just probably Googles it out of his ass, and that's it. That's all he does. It's pretty insane.
And the other thing too is, he chats all these guys up, and then they come over and they make huge bad decisions. Like I talked to a guy in AC, and he was saying he bought a huge penthouse condo. I don't know if he was full of it or not, but he said he bought a condo in AC just because Ricky said it was a good idea. I mean, how many lives that, if you remember, Gio, how many lives did Gio destroy during the pandemic when he told everybody to come over in March? Come on over, it's safe. Gio's like, come on over, it's safe. Come on, everybody. Then everybody's like stranded in the Philippines for months, and then Gio just blocks them all.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering with that. Like, he comes in, he's giving everybody hope. All these simps, all these people who barely never traveled whatsoever. And every time, every one of his videos is, good news, guys. The Philippines is easing up on the travel restrictions. The travel restrictions are over. All the time. That's all it is. The travel restrictions are over. It's about to finish. And the whole time.
Yeah, send me some gummy bears. Send me some coffee. Help.
It's about time, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing, Alo?
Fine, perfect. It's an honor to be with the Fat Slav vlog on the same panel and on
Alo, how you doing, buddy?
190 people and 124 likes. A big FU for the frog. I think we are moving in the right direction. It's fantastic.
Oh my God, we got reports that there is Kermit the Frog. Jesus, what is this? Let's see.
Stop the count.
What are you doing here, Froggy?
Kermit the Frog here.
Motherfucker. Did you hear the shit about your live stream?
Are you there?
What do you have to say for yourself, Rike?
Hold. I don't know. Let me go ask Miss Piggy. What do you think there? Remember, if you don't answer the right way, I'm gonna make you put your fingers where they made you do it before.
How do you feel about analyzing these women?
So, let me see here. I think I'm going to try to sue you, but I'm trying to do it so I don't get evicted from the Philippines. Yep. That's what I'm going to do.
That is evil stuff, Froggy. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody's jealous of you. I don't know why.
Somebody's going to backwriter your ass, man. Yep.
What do you think about these sodomizing? What about these other allegations that you have about the matchmaking deal?
If you know this, did you know the size of a frog's penis is pretty minuscule? So we have to compensate somehow.
Oh, with all those dildos, I guess. I'm sure Rike is out there, and I'm sure you are out there, and you're using those dildo 12 inchers coming out there.
Oh yeah, it's the only way I can get in there, buddy. Yep.
Exploiting these Filipinos, even though they're 4 feet tall, but you still need a dildo.
You got to get on that ass. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I tell you, I just keep making money.
How many subscribers do you have now, Rike?
60,000, I think. Yep. Isn't that right, Miss Piggy? Yep.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I hope the immigration gets to you soon, Rike.
I don't know. I go into hiding and I just go into the sewer. That's where I came from.
What about Kermit? What about Dumaguete? What happened in Dumaguete? I heard some stories in Dumaguete.
I'll tell you what happened to Dumaguete. Dumaguete, Mr. Rike tried to butt fuck a young girl that was well under the legal age of consent. And then what happened is she started to use it against him. And then her homies robbed him and took his computer and other things and broke his door. And he was afraid that it was going to happen again and again. So he said, I got to get the hell out of Dodge.
Oh,
Truth bomb.
Jesus. That really does sound insane. Oh, what happened to Aloe? Is Aloe gone?
Wow, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it
Not
is.
Blog is very famous on YouTube. On Mark Dice, 4 million views.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I am kind of lost for words, Ricky.
That even
I
made
am
that
really
even made
lost
Miss
for words.
that even made Miss Piggy wet watching him on there.
Oh, I'm sure.
What about Bunny, man? All I care about is Bunny. How's Bunny? How's Bunny? Bunny's going through a second typhoon. I hope she's okay. I want to be in the. I want to be involved. I want to hook up with Bunny, man. I'm in love.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen any pictures of anybody in the hospital, but I keep hearing rumors. But that's all they are right now. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are you going back to the Magete, Ricky?
Ain't never gonna happen, brother. I'm a wanted man there. People from the mountain jungle want me.
What if Gio, you know, he has a lot of hookups, he says. He's a pretty high profile person, will help you legally and help you out against these scums. That's what he said.
Well, Gio needs help fitting his penis out of his pants.
Yeah. I'm sure, but this is the thing. Yeah, but this live stream, we have to kind of cut it short because we got the frog here, short like his penis, you know, brown he's like a brown little raisin frog.
I have some copyright right claims to make, so I'll get caught up on those.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Froggy, you at it again. Jesus Christ.
Right? Hey, man, I want to do a shout out to JLB Jeff Lee Brown. I know I've talked a lot of mad stuff about you, but you know what? You did a great job on Sunday on your live stream, so I salute you, sir. Good job. Thank you.
We all loved that. Yep.
Yes, actually, good job, JLB. JLB did a really good job on exposing this man. And the thing was that he said something that really did get me into it. Like, for example, he said, if you want a bachelor course, you go out there, you teach about the language, you teach about the culture, you teach a little bit about the Filipinos' way of living, not anal fucking. You're not gonna teach them sodomy for the bachelor course.
And he's definitely given the courses on how to traumatize developmentally disabled people.
Basically, that's what it is. The Bachelor Course, as Tinitro put it, the Bachelor Course. And
that's even gross to an amphibian.
Yeah, it is pretty disgusting. Some disgusting stuff you do, Froggy. Yep. I don't know how you live with yourself at night. All right, then, Froggy. I hope the police get you.
I'm hiding. Bye-bye.
Right. Yeah, so any last words, Aloe? For recutting the live stream.
Thanks, Andy. Great job. You're number one on YouTube. Stay strong, man. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Fat Slob.
Same thing, Andy. Good job.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Daniel. Yeah, good job to you two guys, especially on the commentating part.
Better sing that baby shark thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I'm telling you, the people out there, the number of people who start to see through all the scams and lies are growing. I have spoken with a couple of other vloggers. Even Brian Philly in the Philippines is on board. I tried to reach out to a couple of other guys. They are sharing the videos. They are downloading all these live streams. We are spreading the word. Couple of other guys are editing videos and uploading it to different platforms. And just want to tell you guys, stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. Andy, absolutely fantastic show. Jeffrey Brown. Shout out to that guy too. If you haven't yet, go over to his channel and check out the vlogs that he has put out on last Sunday and Monday, I believe. The frog is trying to take him down as well, but right now I believe there's momentum, and so many people are coming together, and they realize that Andy also should be given great credit for that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I've been saying it for a long time, but everybody in the beginning, I was getting threatened by his fans. Oh, we're gonna get you. You know, like his fans out there. The next time I come to the Philippines, you're gonna be dead in a ditch. You know, why you're messing with Rike? Oh, I see you in Angeles. I'm like, go ahead. You know, it's fun. I still be going out, and you know, and this is all just all his little troll, his fan base is mainly just pure guys that hardly even come to the Philippines or live here. I used to be a sub, and once I realized that there is more to the Philippines than it's just fucking around, then that's when he started looking more obtuse to me, more weird, more insane. So yeah, guys, I have to cut it out, and it's already 2 hours. And thanks a lot for everything, definitely. And thanks for all the people that are out there. Thanks Darksider. Thanks for super chats, Smoothly64, Gorta, Christmas 2.0. All right, guys. Well,
We
thanks a
love you,
lot.
Andy.
Thanks a lot, Juando. Appreciate you coming in, even though it was late.
Hey, I got it.
But yeah,
Can I give some last words?
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Anybody out there that has any connections with the NBA, any kind of law enforcement, anybody you guys know out there, lawyers, submit all the information that Mr. Andy is providing, and just bring this fucking shitbag frog to get fucking deported. He needs to come back to the U.S., go back to his mother's basement, and stay there.
Definitely.
You know what? In addition to that, put more attention to hopefully Rafi Tulfo will pick it up and broadcast.
Oh, I've been trying.
And another thing too, I think YouTube says if you make false accusations towards people, you get your channel taken down as well.
Yes, definitely. We were actually talking about that earlier about the channel getting taken down if too many false copyright strike claims. So you guys, as the final words, can you please go down to my channel and download the review of Rike Life Beyond the Sea videos and upload them to your channel. They already passed the copyright strike, so they're under fair use regardless. He's not gonna like it, and he's gonna try to go press on everybody on it, but it's gonna be fake. But once YouTube reaches the threshold of sending too many failed copyright strikes and claims, they're gonna see it as annoying, and they're gonna take his channel down.
Yeah, everybody needs to come together and do that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing.
And Andy, when do you think you're gonna have this live stream again? What's the date, if you don't mind?
In his car.
For
I'm just talking like setting.
But I'll keep the live stream up. I'm gonna edit it because the first part I'm gonna edit out because it's me talking about the typhoon, and after that I'm just gonna. That'll be it, really.
Okay.
Well, but I'll have it up. I'll have this live stream up for sure, so people can actually see and be fully aware of this, the monster of Cebu.
No, I was gonna ask. When will you have another live stream?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know, but I rarely have these. You know, like for now, for example, for now I was in the typhoon. There's no power in my house. I actually am in a short time hotel using their internet. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, literally, I am.
Yeah.
You mofos.
But Andy, I'm glad you're safe, and and just keep yourself on the loop. Keep us on the loop, and just keep doing what you're doing best. And whenever criticism comes at you, it shows that you're right. It shows that you're doing what's true and what's righteous, and you're doing us a favor, especially Filipinos.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, definitely. Appreciate your words. And I hope more Filipinos out there who are listening actually put it into action too, and within living inside the Philippines. All right, guys. Well, I gotta head out. Huh?
We love you, Andy.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man.
Short time, not short time, long time.
Oh, long time. All right. I hope it's a long time though. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon.
We love you long time. That kind of thing.
All right, I gotta go. My time is almost up here in the hotel. All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye, baby.